The Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture (NACCIMA) has thrown its weight behind the newly enacted container insurance law, describing it as a major reform designed to boost operational efficiency, minimize risk and permanently eliminate container deposit fees in the maritime sector. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting held at NACCIMA's headquarters in Lagos, NACCIMA Director General, Mr. Shola Obadimu, urged stakeholders to embrace a more effective system that promotes seamless maritime operations with minimal liability.
To achieve an objective, and we should be focused on the objective. Determination by stakeholders to adopt a more efficient system that enables operations in the maritime industry without much liability, without much burdensome on operators. In other words, when you have properly insured container system, it reduces it makes life easy for you. Very important. Because this is something that works well by making life easy for you. Instead of exposing you to huge sums of money every day, when you properly insure, your liabilities are low, and you are risk assured. That is, your level of uncertainty normally comes down.
When asked on the prospective challenges of the container insurance law, Engineer Obadimu said,
"That is what we have succeeded in bringing all the things together. So it's not as if something is just coming from somewhere that nobody has any idea. We have deliberated and nobody says exactly about what is coming."
The seminar focused on Section 203 of the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act, NIRA 2025, replaces the long-standing container deposit fee with an insurance-based system that covers both loaded and empty containers. In his remarks, the Managing Director of FRM Communications Limited, Mr. Femi Banjo, described the initiative as a step in the right direction for the maritime industry. He further stressed that Nigeria should no longer serve as a dumping ground for expired containers, while urging industry players to take collective ownership of the reform.
Well, it's a good thing, and we are moving in the right direction. These are some of the advocacy by the stakeholders that they can start championing that Nigeria shouldn't be a dumping ground for expired containers. They should bring in containers that are still within their lifeline. The lifeline of every container is within 20 and 25 years. Bring good containers so that it won't affect our goods. But when containers are bad, it exposes the goods to danger also. So it's part, I think it's not part of the thing we're going to incorporate into the framework to start championing and start advocating that okay, containers that will be used to carry our goods in Nigeria should be containers that are of standard, so that our goods can be safe and at the same time they will not be exposed to damage or unnecessary weather, which also causes damage to the goods.
Also speaking, the Director General of Dangerous Goods Academy and Multimodal Transport Consultant, Dr. Alban Igwe, underscored the need to raise awareness about the transportation of dangerous goods, which are not covered under the insurance law. Dr. Igwe asserted that 90% of the insurance companies involved in drafting the law are not aware of the implications of dangerous goods and described the event as timely and valuable as it helps capture every aspect of the industry.
Because most people in the industry are not aware of the dangers of dangerous goods. Even though Nigeria is a signatory to dangerous goods convention, by road, by air, by sea, yes, many people are ignorant, and I suspect that many people are dying young because of exposure to dangerous goods. Alright, so my mission now is to heal that ignorance. As doctors heal sicknesses, I heal ignorance. I can tell you without reservation that the insurance law is good, but I can also tell you that those who put the insurance law, 90% of them are not aware of dangerous goods. And indeed, the insurance industry has an exclusion clause for everything dangerous goods, so they don't cover dangerous goods, which is the bad news. Now, the UN knows that dangerous goods, although they're dangerous, they are needed in the system. Some of them could be raw materials, Some of them could be the things we use in the industry, though they are dangerous. So the conventions on dangerous goods is not to prohibit the transportation of storage, but to educate us on how to handle them safely. So I think we need to engage them, even as I'm also engaging the national single window, that dangerous goods need to be captured in the spectrum of the whole business. All right, so, but generally speaking, this discussion of the 2 days is good for us because it will help to capture everything that happens in the industry as far as import and export is concerned. It gives opportunity to digitalize them, to identify what they are, because lack of digitalization means that many things are happening underneath that we don't capture. This arrangement is to bring everything into one basket. As they pass through that single window, we'll know what they are, and we'll see how we can address the risk that they bring. Because the risk is not just financial risk. There are health risks, there are environmental risks, that can cause some disaster.
Rahane to Abu, reporting from the Gulf Cargo Watch.